Please be seated. I raise up my voice, not so that I can shout, but so that those without a voice can be heard, as rightfully said by Malala Yousafzai. Jai Hind, and a very good morning to our esteemed chief guest, Ms. Neha Vyas, our MD, Dr. Jai Singh, faculty members, and all the wonderful women and the wonderful students present here. I, Paridhi Sharma, am honored to be your MC today and extend my warmest welcome to each one of you to Leadership Summit 2025, held on the special occasion of International Women's Day, a gathering of visionaries and change makers shaping the future of leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, let us begin the event by honoring our motherland. I request you all to kindly rise for the national anthem. Kindly be seated. Welcome to Leadership Summit 2025, a remarkable gathering where vision, empowerment, and progress come together to shape the future of leadership. Today holds even greater significance as we celebrate International Women's Day, a day dedicated to recognizing the resilience, brilliance, and unstoppable spirit of women who are transforming the world. As we stand at the crossroads of leadership and change, this summit serves as a powerful platform to inspire, challenge norms, and pave the way for a more inclusive and dynamic future. This summit is not just an event, it is a movement, a beacon of inspiration that calls upon us to rethink, reimagine, and redefine leadership. In a rapidly evolving global landscape, leadership is not merely about power or position. It is about influence, impact, and inclusivity. And yet, despite immense strides, the path to leadership remains uneven for women across industries, geographies, and societies. Why are we here? Because the world does not just need more leaders, it needs more women leaders. The purpose of the Leadership Summit 2025 is to ignite conversations, challenge conventions, and most importantly, elevate voices that have been unheard for too long. We are here to build bridges, break barriers, and foster a future where leadership is not defined by gender, but by vision and capability. As we embark on this extraordinary summit, let us remember when we lift women, we lift societies. When we empower women, we accelerate progress. And when women lead, the world transforms. Let Leadership Summit 2025 be the catalyst for a new era of leadership, one that is diverse, dynamic, and destined for greatness. Welcome to a summit like no other. It is my honor and privilege to welcome the chief guest of today's ceremony, Ms. Neha Vyas. Ma'am, may I have your permission to proceed? Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Neha Vyas is a seasoned talent management professional with over 16 years of rich experience in the industry. She firmly believes that every individual is not just a resource but a valued asset to an organization. Currently, she is working as the Director, Employer Branding at Pattern Technologies. She previously held the role of Director, Talent Acquisition, where she played a pivotal role in scaling the company's workflows from 25 to 420 across key domains such as engineering and brand management. Her expertise spans across global markets, including the US, Australia, MENA, and Europe, enabling her to build high performing teams and cultivate an inclusive work culture. Throughout her career, Ms. Vyas has been instrumental in shaping talent strategies at reputed organizations such as Job Software, Bonsai, Claris Technologies, Mantra HR, and the Rising Consultancy, among others. Passionate about employer branding, talent empowerment, and fostering people centric workplaces, she is committed to creating environments where individuals can thrive and contribute meaningfully to organizational success. An accomplished speaker and leader in talent management, Ms. Vyas continues to drive impactful initiatives that connect people, purpose, and performance. We are privileged to have with us today such a distinguished and accomplished professional. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Neha Vyas. I now request Dr. Jaising to kindly felicitate Ms. Neha Vyas. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming her to the stage. Today, ma'am will be sharing her insights on the topic Sharing the Future Women in Leadership and Innovation.
Good morning, everyone. Jai Hind. First of all, thank you, ma'am, for inviting me here. Uh, I don't think I'm the right person to guide somebody in leadership because it's a continuous journey, right? And which is the role which women are not doing right now. Any role you remember where women are not there? Any sector? Anybody remembers anything where women are not there? There's no sector actually. Everywhere women are contributing. And leadership is a gender neutral word. Leaders, people say that leaders are born. And sometimes the situations happen that leaders come out. And, the reason I'm having this diary is just for the facts, which I have. And I'm very bad with numbers. So I always like to keep the numbers written. Uh, this is as per surveys 2019, the global leadership roles women are handling are 29%. In India, it was 20% and US 25%. Right now, the last survey was done in 2023. It was 37% globally, which has increased. India, they say 30%, and US, they say 32%. Frankly, I don't believe in these numbers. The reason is simple. Every day, you can't keep track, or the surveys can't keep track all the things happening in the market. I know whatever I am today, and because of three ladies who made it possible for me to be here. One was my grandmother. Okay. So why I'm talking about it, I'll tell you. So my grandmother was a very humble lady. She never talks too much. She was very shy and the most beautiful and humble person I know in my life. And I've been a tomboy my whole life. Uh, One day I had a fight in my college. And unfortunately, I punched the person, and my HOD saw it, and he knows my grandfather. I knew that was my last day in the college because if my grandfather come to know that this is what I'm doing in college, he will say, "Stay at home. It's better." I went to my grandmother and told her that, "Ma, this is what happened. मैंने मारा है." And she didn't ask me क्या हुआ. She said, "Something happened. There's a reason." I said, "Yes, there's a reason." She didn't ask me the reason. She said, "और मार दी." The kind of trust she showed me. And she is the one who never used to speak in front of my grandfather too much. And she went to him and said, if there's any call comes or if actually of our college calls you to tell about what she has done, tell him you already know. My grandfather says, what? What should I know? You just tell him that I know. You don't need to get into details. And this is what my grandmother is telling to my grandfather. She never spoke to him like this. He was shocked. But this is the kind of leadership she needed to take for me. She just came out and said, that this is what needs to be done. She is my granddaughter. If she is doing something right, somebody is telling something which is very wrong to her, she has to take stand. Should not be sitting quietly. The second person is my mom. So funny part, how many of you know about 2008 recession? Almost everyone. It was the best time to graduate. I graduated that time, and there was no job in the market. I already had a job, and in my hometown, Bhilai, where I was working as a renewal executive for Bajaj Alliance. The job was good. I'm getting good payment as per the city, but renewal is not my cup of tea. You have to call everybody and remind them that your renewal is due, and sometimes they scold you. So I said, okay, I'll leave this job. And 2008, everybody told me it's a wrong decision. You should not be doing that. And I decided to move to Mumbai without any help. I don't have any relatives in Mumbai. I didn't want to take any help. And I was going alone. No friends, nothing. I just told my mom that I want to try. And she allowed me. She didn't ask me how you're going to do that. She has that trust. Everybody, as usual, against a girl going alone, right? Do you imagine you going alone to a city where you have never been and start working there without any, means I just have 2, 3 interviews lined up and I just went alone. This is the kind of trust she had in me. And she took that leadership role that time. So leadership, don't wait for an opportunity to come to you. Leadership, the biggest leader is our mothers at home. True or not? Definitely, fathers plays a very big part in our life. But we can't underestimate mothers. Now, when we are talking about leadership, innovation, uh, there are two things which are really important in this AI driven environment. Around 1.8 million people have already lost jobs, which we keep reading, right, because of AI. Why this thing is happening? It's because we are not ready to upskill, not ready to learn and unlearn new things. And this is going to keep happening if we don't start changing ourselves. Now, when we are talking about reskilling, upskilling, AI can do 90% of our work, right? If your job can be defined in one page, AI can do it easily. Are you worried? Why? There's one thing which AI doesn't have. AI is totally based on the past data, right? AI is data driven. It's all whatever happened in past. So I'll give you one example. People thought that talent acquisition will be taken over by AI completely, and one of the biggest company did that. They had a AI. When you can find that case study, it's Amazon's AI tool. You will find it. So they started utilizing it, and then they find that they have started using AI to remove bias, and that AI tool was biased towards women. Why? The reason was few years back there were less women in the workforce, and AI took it as a instruction. Okay, so women are not eligible for this role this much. It became biased, and then they have to take it down. Now new AI tools are coming. They are trying to remove that bias, but human mind can't be replaced. We know the problem statement. We are more creative. We can deal with ambiguity. This is the biggest tool every leader or every individual need to have. Dealing with ambiguity. You never know what's going to happen next day. You never know. Do you predict? Are you able to predict what's going to happen in half an hour? You don't know. Maybe something good happen. Maybe something bad happen. We never know. And this is where we can beat AI. AI can give you analytics. AI can give the predictions, but it will not train you for the situation. This is what you have to start. AI can suggest me that Mumbai is the right place to go and search for a job, but AI will never make me ready to handle the situations which I have to go through. One funny thing, I used to live next to Shamshan, just next to Shamshan because वहाँ पे rent कम था. This kind of thing happened. What AI would have suggested you? The more safer place, more this, more analytics. These are the places which I have. But AI doesn't know my situation. They don't know the 100% things which I'm going through. So AI is not going to take your job, and definitely not the leadership. One of the main important key factor when you are talking about the leadership is the vision. You should know what you want to do. In my case, I knew that I don't want to be in this role. I don't want to be in admin or other kind of roles. But I did few mistakes before learning that. I am a BCA, Bachelor of Computer Application. I tried coding, failed because I'm not good in coding. Thank I accept it. I did coding. I tried teaching that also, but that is also not my cup of tea. Teaching is much more difficult than really coding. Then I went for a designing. I did diploma in multimedia. I enjoyed that, but I understood that creativity is something which is inbuilt. You can't push it. Then I went to management. And then I know that, okay, this is the right place for me. Wherever I am, because of my mistakes, through the learning, I'm ready to accept it. Make sure your vision is clear. You're ready to accept things you're going the situations you're in. And now the emotional intelligence is one of the most important part in leadership. When we talk about emotional intelligence, remember one thing: sympathy and empathy are two different things. Don't get sympathetic about every situation. Empathy is important. Empathy means you understand the people, you understand the situation, and act accordingly. And sympathy means you just start doing things because even oh poor person, I should do it, or no, I should not disturb this person. And this is what happens usually. People get confused between sympathy and empathy, and there are very funny things happen because of this. I am very sympathetic person. I did many mistakes because of it. I used to do double work because my team member is not feeling well. I take that work, and बहुत सारी गड़बड़ की है, frankly speaking. And this were the some funny points that I have created presentation within 5 minutes, and then I lost marks because I did mistakes in presentation, trying to help my friend. So all these things are the part of life. And the third part is effective communication. This is the place where women need to change a little bit. Why I'm saying that? Women are inbuilt great communicator. No doubt in that. The only challenge is sometimes we try to explain a lot, or sometimes we think a lot before saying. Even I'm thinking a lot. Right? क्या सही होगा, क्या नहीं होगा? Should I say this? Should I not say this? And sometimes it happens that you have ideas which you are thinking a lot from a long time, and you're waiting for the right opportunity to tell that idea. Somebody already talked about it. It happens. How many people? It happens with how many people here? It happens with everyone. Even it happens with boys, but girls it happens largely, right? Boys, it happens with you also. It is the most important thing. And as per study, the biggest fear in the world is speaking to public. This is the biggest fear. People are more afraid of speaking in public than dying. So we have to learn that. We have to learn how to handle this kind of situation, how to speak our mind. This is something very critical and very important. Now, the next part comes is you need to start taking accountability. Whatever you are doing, you have to take accountability of that. I did mistakes in my life, I accept it. I move out of it. Instead of thinking about it. मैंने 4 साल जो बर्बाद किए हैं in BCA and diploma in multimedia, or going to Mumbai and searching for a job. 1 year, I have to almost keep switching the job. I did door-to-door sales to make sure that I'm getting money, enough money. So should I keep thinking about it, or should I move on? Take accountability and move on. Whatever you are doing, it's okay. Sometimes we make mistakes and we have to move on. And this is true for everything. We are not able to sleep at night because we are thinking, आज क्या क्या कर दिया यार? पता है? Why did I speak it? मुझे मुंह खोलना ही नहीं चाहिए था वहां पे. It happens. Stop doing that. Okay? Whatever happened, it happened. Now plan for next step. And don't keep thinking that it happens with me. I keep thinking about, okay, what I'm going to do tomorrow. I rehearsed this talk so much in my mind that now I'm missing something in between, and it's भूल गई, फिर से भूल गई. मुझे रात को ज्यादा पढ़ना चाहिए था, या याद करना चाहिए था. Happens. But not every situation is same, and you can't never ratta marna is not a solution. You have to be innovative. You have to keep thinking things. And the next thing is adaptability. You should be ready to adapt. One thing, once you get into corporate, nobody is going to differentiate that you're male or a female. If you think that why this person speak with me like this, no, this is not the right place for you. Remember, when you are working, the way the male is working, female is also expected to work on the same way. There's no differentiation. And don't expect the differentiation if you want to grow. If somebody is working till 8 because of the deadline, you are also working till 8 because of the deadline. There's no differentiation. Nobody is going to help you in those cases because these are the deliverables. This is your responsibilities. And girls don't shy from responsibilities, that I know. But sometimes we think that, okay, this is something which I need to be at home at this time. This is very much possible in serials like Anupama. कि घर में खाना भी बन गया, अपने डांस क्लास भी ले ली, अपने ऑफिस भी कर लिया, and I don't understand how she do it. But this is already possible in TV shows. Ask help where you need that. Okay, your life is not a TV show. It's not possible to do everything, each and everything by yourself. So ask help. Talk about it. Okay, this is not possible for me, or in pattern, we don't have too many different policies for male and female. Why? Because they are equal. Second thing, one thing I really appreciate about pattern is if in everybody's calendar, our calendars are open for everybody. So you can see our time, especially allocated by male and female both, for us to pick up child from school, to drop child to school, go and for a tiffin, or this is the parent-teacher meeting. They keep their calendar book and they inform us. It's pretty common. It's not like mommy ko hi karna hai, papa ko hi karna hai. Okay, both do the same things because it's a shared responsibility. Now things are changing. If they are also taking responsibility, they are also taking responsibilities of us, right? So be ready for that. And when we talk about innovation, women thinks to the direction where nobody can think of. This is true. The reason is boys created cars, women created windshield, right? There are small things which makes us safe. 90% of that is created by the women. We think holistically. So keep innovating and be a leader. Nobody is going to teach you how to be a leader. You are a born leader. Everybody is a born leader. So don't worry. Take a step ahead. And thank you.
As we conclude this enlightening session, we extend our deepest gratitude to Ms. Neha Vyas for sharing her invaluable insights on shaping the future, women in leadership and innovation. Her thought-provoking perspectives on adaptability, innovation have not only highlighted the significance of leadership and inclusivity, but have also inspired us to embrace innovation and drive meaningful change in our respective fields. On behalf of everyone, we sincerely thank Ms. Neha Vyas for taking the time to share her wisdom, experiences, and vision with us today. We truly appreciate her presence and we eagerly anticipate her next visit to our campus.
Any questions you have, students? I think I bored them so much. On here. Of course. Mike.